Are you looking for the best resin 3D printers? In this video, we will look at some of the 5 best 3D printers on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Anycubic Photon Mono X. If you're looking for the best overall bang for your buck in the resin 3D printer space, the Anycubic Photon Mono X is your ticket. Though it's technically the big brother of true entry-level machines like the Anycubic 3, more on that later. Anycubic is an extremely well-known manufacturer in the space, and there are plenty of online tutorials on how to use its devices on enthusiast forums like Reddit. The Mono X's feature set is a cut above the usual suspects in the 3D printer game, especially in the build volume department. At 7.5 inches by 4.7 inches by 9.8 inches, the Mono X's build area is more than big enough for any miniature you're likely to want to build, except maybe Cthulhu. It also offers fast speeds, 4K resolution, and better Z-axis support than similar models. Its price may be several $100s more than other options, but in our opinion, the difference is more than worth it. At number 2. Anycubic Photon Mono 4K. It might be smaller than its big brother, the Mono X, but it still packs a punch. The Mono 4K is the latest model of the Anycubic Photon, one of the original resin 3D printers. Though it's solidly in the entry-level price of $250 to $300, the Mono 4K is extremely similar to the X in terms of feature set. The 4K's great resolution and standard build volume make it a very good option for users who want to make a large number of standard miniatures without much fuss. It's quite easy to set up even for newbies, and its compact size means that it can sit on a small end table without calling a lot of attention to itself. At 50 mm/h max speed, the 4K will spit out miniatures very quickly once you get it set up, which is quite easy thanks to its online popularity. If you're an average user who wants to build an army of detailed orcs as fast as possible without breaking the bank, the Mono 4K is a great option. At number 3. Anycubic 3. As the follow-up to arguably the most popular resin printer of the last few years, the Mars 2, the Mars 3 has big shoes to fill. In fact, if you search resin 3D printer on any search engine, the Mars 3 will probably be the first one to show up. Overall, the Mars 3 lives up to its reputation as the easiest resin printer to use out there, and it offers a robust feature set, too. The Mars 3's specs are a little bit better than its main competitor, the Mono 4K, in almost every meaningful category, especially its build volume. However, reviews suggest that it's not quite as fast as the Mono 4K over time. However, due to its popularity, you can find an absolutely ridiculous number of tutorials on Reddit and YouTube on how to use the Mars 3, and that's what gives it a slight edge in the beginner-friendly department. Overall, the Mars 3 is comparable in price to more premium resin 3D printers, but its ease of use and reputation make it worth a purchase, especially if you're intimidated by the hobby as a whole. At number 4. Creality Halide 1. When you consider that even the cheapest 3D printers cost $400 to $500 only a few years ago, the $200 price tag of the Creality Halide 1 is pretty staggering to consider. But while it's definitely a budget model, the Halide 1 has a robust feature set that's perfect for fresh hobbyists or beginners looking to cut their teeth in the 3D printing game. Its 2K resolution is more than enough for most projects, and its standard build volume can fit a standard miniature. It's not the biggest or the fastest, but for many users, the price probably matters more. The main argument against the Halide 1 is that you can get 4K resolution and significantly faster speed from a Mars 3 or Mono 4K for around $100 to $150 more. However, that might be the difference in purchasing a resin printer or not if you're on a tight budget, so it's ultimately up to you to decide whether those features are worth it to you. The Halide 1 is a nice little machine, and its price can't be beaten. For many budding hobbyists, it's a great place to start. At number 5. Anycubic Photon M3 Max. If bigger is better is your favorite mantra, the Photon M3 Max might be the resin 3D printer for you. Boasting a ridiculous foot-tall build volume and better than 6K resolution, this is a machine that can print a heck of a final boss for your D&amp winking and laughing campaign. It's also surprisingly speedy for its size, posting significantly better build times than smaller alternatives like the Mars 3 and the Photon 4K Mono. However, its size has some downsides. The Photon M3 Max weighs more than 57 pounds, it has a much larger footprint than entry-level models, and its ultra-large builds are going to cost you a small fortune in resin. Also, its rated power of 120 watts is almost double that of smaller models, so watch that electricity bill. Its price point of $1,300 is definitely a step up from other printers, but considering everything it brings to the table, it's fairly reasonable. Overall, the Photon M3 Max is a serious machine for serious hobbyists, and you probably already know if it's the right resin 3D printer for you. If you're in the market for a more newbie-friendly machine, you should look to its smaller cousins.